All right, guys, welcome to our 7:30 break. That is going to be 2 boxes of the 2022 Bowman Chrome University football. That is two boxes, 12 spots. So each team is going to be getting 2 packs from each box. So I'm going to open 1 box at a time. When I get to that part, I'm going to open 1 box at a time. I'm going to mix them up, and then I'm going to make the piles. I'll open the other box, mix them up, and make the piles there as well. So let's see what we got. It's amazing, isn't it, M. Banks? Who would have thought a little bit of shiny cardboard would make you feel better about everything? And here we are. You know, you gotta love it, dude. So congratulations on even getting the call in the first place. So, yeah, a little shiny cardboard changes everything. So to that end, let's see what we have for you here. We are gonna get going with our stacks first. We're gonna mix up our stack numbers. That is going to go. How's about 5 times works for me. That works for me. Let's go 5 times there. That's 1. There you go, Viking Breaker. Another Ranger fan in the fold here. Got lots of good Ranger fans in the fold here. I even find myself, I have a lot of good friends that are Ranger fans. So I even find myself rooting for the Rangers in this series. But, you know, all you Penguins fans, don't take it personally. Sidney Crosby ripped my heart out at Ralph Wilson Stadium in 2005 or 6 or whenever that outdoor game was. 7, I think it was 2007. So there you go, 7 times on our names here. So 7 times on the names. Let's get rolling there. 1. That's right. I'm here to amuse you, Lumberg. I'm a clown. I'm just a clown. Here to amuse you. Yep, I have them right here. We can do those right after this group break, John G. Looking forward to that. That's going to be 5 boxes of the Hit Parade Eagle Golf. So looking very forward to that. Hang tight. Check out some Hit Parade or some Topps Bowman University college football. So we'll get to that up next, man. Have those sitting right next to me. I won't even have to stand up, which is one of my favorite things here. All right. So there you go. That is going to be stack number 4 to Peter C. 12 to Jeff L. 6 Peter C. 8 Peter C. 1 Peter C. 5 Joshua J. 10 Sean S. 3 Paul L. 7 Brooks B. 11 Peter C. 2 Carol G. And 9 Jeff L. So there you go. That is going to be 2 boxes of Bowman U. So 1 at a time. We'll open up the first box, mix it up, get the stacks, and the same for box number 2. So 2 boxes per, or 2 packs per box to you know, to not dilute the hits or concentrate them into one particular spot. So there we go. There we go. Doing the old wash job here. Okay. So that's going to be pack 1, or stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7. Then we'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that will be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Same thing again. Oh, camera went out. There you go, Lego. Just like Slim Pickens. Just like Slim Pickens on the in Doctor Strangelove. You just ride the atomic bomb right out of the bomb bag. You know? Just ride it right down and give it the old woo! Go out in a blaze of glory. I do not know, RJ. I will take a look right now. I can give you a link if we did, in fact, do it. I don't know if it's sold out or not. I do not see it here. I do not see it here, so that leads me to believe it did not sell out. I don't know, though. Supposed to be at 3 p.m. Let's see here. Yep, I don't see it on the website. Yeah, I don't see it on the website. I don't see it on our channel content on YouTube. Yeah, so I'm thinking that one did not sell out. I don't see it on here, dude. Sorry about that. Yep, sure thing, dude. Yeah, that was from I think Monday. RJ. Yep, sure thing, bud. Sorry about that. All right, so that's gonna be stack number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That'll be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. There you go. And we'll go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my god, why does that keep cutting out? Sorry about that, guys. It keeps going out. I might have nudged the camera the first time, but it should not have done that so many times. So let me grab a sorter real quick too, just to make things easier. Oh, come on, 8. Where are you at? Okay, now we're ready to go. Let's get going with stack number 1. Stack number 1 will be going to Peter C. Colby Wooden first. We're going to have CJ Stroud first. That's going to be out of 50. That's a nice card. That could possibly be your number 1 pick next year. He has himself a good year out there in Ohio State. That could be a number 1 pick right there. And that's going to be 49 of 50. CJ Stroud. So nice get right there for Peter C. We're going to have Spencer Rattler first and Tyler Freifogel. That's a nice get, Juice, for sure. Mike Harley, Hazelwood, Walker, and Will Levis. OHIO there, Juice. Kennedy Brooks, Matt Corral, Invicta, and Sam Howell, who also got drafted this year. He is now with the Washington Guardians. I keep confusing the Guardians and the Commanders. Matt Corral. So there you go. A couple of nice cards for you. No auto yet, but it's only the first stack. That's me, Justin Ross. He ended up going undrafted, correct? He had spinal fusion surgery, so I believe he ended up going undrafted. So Justin Ross. It's going to be Matt Corral, Brock Bowers, and Kenny Pickett. So there you go, Peter C. A very successful first stack right there. All right, Carol G., you're going to be up next here. Stack number 2 to Carol G. Yeah, KC signed Ross. Maybe it was an unfuse. I don't know. I do not remember the particulars, but it was some sort of spinal thing, which sent him from being a possible number 1 round 1 guy to being an undrafted guy. So we'll see. I've heard great things about him. I think he could honestly be a very successful player. So we'll see how it goes. That's the beauty with rookies, like we always say on the show here. So that's going to be CJ Stroud. We're going to have Mike Hartley. That is going to be out of 150. First Bowman, Mike Hartley. That is definitely the U right there. That is definitely the U right there. Lego, thank you, sir. Can't wait to see what it is. Sam Howell and Sean Clifford. The big red dog. All right, Carol G. What else we have? Derek King. He ended up going to the Patriots, I want to say. Pretty sure he went into the AFC East. I think he went to the Patriots. Derek King. Tungavailoa. That is Tua's brother. That is at the University of Maryland. Penix and Grayson McCall. Maybe. You never know, dude. You never know. Sith Lord Vader. Market decides, man. I don't decide. I'm just a guy that earns an hourly wage here, so I certainly don't decide that stuff. Sith Lord Vader. If you want to come here and shoot the messenger, you're free to do that, but you know, that's what the market says. I don't know. Go buy it at retail for $21.99. Or don't buy it here. That's all I got to say to you there, Sith Lord Vader. All right, Bijan Robinson. That's going to be Dylan Gabriel first, Bowman Refractor. We got Kenny Pickett first, and a J.J. McCarthy. Sounds like that would have been a good box to get at retail if it was $21.99. That's going to be Tyler Van Dyke. We got Karras Jackson first. That's going to be Malik Cunningham and Marvin Mims. So there you go. Nice one there, Carol G. I'm guessing you could have gotten it for $21.99 once upon a time. And now it goes for $2.21 because people love LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards and those guys. You know? So that's what I'm saying. It sounds to me like you just really missed a big opportunity. You probably could have gotten gotten an awful lot of good stuff. $21.99. Yeah, 2017 Rookies and Stars. 2017 Rookies and Stars. It almost sounds like there's probably a really big rookie card waiting in there. And if you can find it for $21.99 somewhere out there in retail right now, I'd definitely buy it. But if you can't, it sounds to me like it's a supply and demand issue. So I would imagine we got the boxes and pretty much nobody else does. So if you can find it cheaper, I definitely encourage you to get it. But we got them here. It's a great box, and maybe you can get yourself a Patrick Mahomes rookie and laugh yourself to the bank there. All right, that's me, John Mechie. So this one going out to Paul L. John Mechie. We got Bo Nix. That's Auburn. That's Braylon Allen and Tyler Beatty. We're going to have Tyler Allgeier. Another guy that is going to be a nice one there, Tyler Allgeier. We're going to have Hank Bachmeier. That is going to be Karis Jackson and Romeo Doubs. Jeff Sims. We got a Matt Corral, Bowman U. Karis Jackson and Romeo Doubs. I'm saying leg up. Kyle Hamilton first. First round pick right there. Going to be Zay Flowers. We're going to have Romeo Doubs and Spencer Rattler. So some nice ones in there for you, Paul L. That's going to be Jerome Ford. We got Sam Howell. We got Dalton Kincaid and DJU. All right, back in. Yeah, Viking, I keep looking up. I see it on my monitor up here, and it's something I will be very aware of today. I keep bumping the camera, but usually, I bump the camera all the time, but usually it does not do that. So I'm going to definitely be a lot more mindful of that right now. So that's going to be a Matt Corral first. We're going to have James Cook, current Buffalo Bill. We are going to go Bo Nix, and there you go, with Talia Tungavailoa. Yeah, it's almost like that's how supply and demand works there, Lego. We're going to have Khalil Shakir. We're going to have Chris Rodriguez, Kyle Hamilton, and Sean Clifford. Blake Corum, RJ Sneed, Mackenzie Milton, and DJU. There you go. It's on eBay for $220. So you can buy a box of 1986 Fleer for $20 back in those days. How much it costs now, you know? It's just brainless thing to say. Alrighty, Peter C. Let's see what we got for you here. Nope, that was Peter C previously. This one is going to be Joshua J. My bad. Desmond Ritter. There you go. Now an Atlanta Falcon. That's going to be Hudson Card. We are going Brock Bowers. And that is going to be Kenny Pickett. Mohamed Ibrahim. We're going to have Malik Willis, Golden Boy. Dylan Gabriel and Bryce Young. He'll be down in Los Angeles. Down in Los Angeles now. Yeah, those packs are in nickel, Wahoos. I wonder what those are going for now. Brian Robinson. CJ Stroud, Golden Boy. We're going Majay Sanders and Emory Jones. Mohamed Ibrahim. We're going to go Mackenzie Milton, Hank Brockmeyer, and Tunga Vailoa. So there you go. Box number 5, Joshua J. Box number 6, that's going to be Peter C. So Peter C, still have not seen an auto yet. Let's see what we got for you guys in here. That's going to be box number 6, halfway through. So still 4 autos to get. That's going to be Khalil Shakir, now a Buffalo Bill. That's going to be Emory Jones, Golden Boy. We're going to go Mackenzie Milton and DJU. RJ Sneed, Kenneth Walker, JJ McCarthy, and Ahmad Sauce, the Sauce Man, Gardner. Yep, no problem, Lego. You just let me know when you're ready to go. I'll be here. I will be here, and I'm looking very forward to it, my friend. Chris Olave, Kenny Pickett, Boot, and Jalen Windemeyer. So another guy that went undrafted and undrafted to the Buffalo Bills. Well, I really encourage you guys not to get bamboozled by anybody. If you're going to engage in a a two-party consenting transaction, make sure you're getting the best price, shop around, make sure you're not getting bamboozled, because that is your responsibility as the consumer. It's not our responsibility not to rip you off. It's our responsibility to supply the best price. And the way we find out we're not supplying the best price is for you to go somewhere else. That is how prices work. Another Econ 101 lesson for you as well. So let's see, we got Derek Stingley Jr. That is going to be a Xavier Worthy, Bijan Robinson, and Jalen Tolbert. Now I know I'm speaking Wahoo's language right there, too. Deuce Vaughn, Blake Corum, that is me, Romeo Doubs, and Bijan Robinson. Not a very long line right now, JNAC. So just remember the scrolling inventory above my head. Those are the boxes that we have available tonight. And if you get one in, get me that inventory or give me that invoice number, and we'll get to it fairly quickly tonight. We have a lot of spots left on our group breaks tonight as well, so that is pretty wide open. So we'll get to you fairly quickly tonight, JNAC. No problem. All right, Justin Ross. We are going to go Justin Ross again in Victa. Justin Ross in Victa. Now a Kansas City Chief. A bit of a steal for KC. He was a undrafted guy. He had a spinal surgery, but should be ready to go. I think it was fairly similar to the Jack Eichel surgery, but lower in his back. So that is Justin Ross. And then Hank Bachmeyer. Man, those guys are just absolutely price gouging that one, eh, Wahoos? Just gougers. Bunch of gougers. Thing costs a penny. It has a penny written right on it. Sam Howell first. So that's going to be CJ Stroud. And there we go. Our first auto, that is going to be out of 25. Tyler Show. And Bryce Young. All right, so our first auto off the board. Yeah. Nope, not all guys. Some of the guys are next year's draft as well. So some guys going back to school, guys like Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Tagovailoa, guys that are going back to school as well. So these are not all guys that were drafted this year. So James Cook, Allgaier, Walker, and Will Levis. So there you go. A very nice stack for you. Stack number 7. That was Brooks B. So there you go, Brooks B. Stack number 8. Back to Peter C. Yep, that's what I would call these guys as pre-rookies, and some of them aren't even going to be rookies next year. So these are like, they're going to get their first Bowmans this year, but then next year they will have basically prospect cards, and they'll be guys that will be draft eligible. So guys like C.J. Stroud will be not first Bowmans next year, but they will be draft eligible, but they'll be bigger prospects because they'll be going into the league. So that'll be kind of that in between, like like a guy like Spencer Torkelson last year in the Bowman stuff. He wasn't a first Bowman. He wasn't quite a rookie yet, so he didn't have any designation on his card. He was just kind of in there, but a prospect card. Hey, so far 22's been pretty good, man. I mean, some good 22 guys. It's Wander Mania right now, J-Neck. And, you're going to have to wait and see on a lot of these guys. That's kind of the beauty of baseball rookies, is sometimes you have to wait a few years to find out if they're any good. So we shall see with a lot of them. Alrighty, Desmond Ritter. That's me, Sean Clifford. We got Kenny Pickett, and that'll be J.J. McCarthy. So stack 8, Peter C. Biggest impact from this year's first round picks. It's a good question, man. I mean, there was, I believe it was 8 skill players drafted in the entire first round. So that's a quarter of the first round with skill players, which are the guys that you see the immediate impact, especially in sports cards. So you got a lot of defensive linemen, a lot of defensive backs, and like all the skill players. I think it was 6 receivers in the top 20, 1 quarterback, and I think that was it, actually. So maybe 7. So there you go. That is pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. It's going to be a very, very different vibe next year for cards for sure. But the Bills got themselves a high pick as far as skill players with James Cook in the second round. So, I'll be doing some James Cook hunting. Bijan Robinson. Oh, there we go. Chris Olave. That is one of those receivers that went in the first round there. Ohio State, Chris Olave. He is going to be a New Orleans Saint. And Jake Haener. There you go, Wahoos. It's fun to get rookie cards, bud. And the way that kid's going, man, it looks like it might be a rookie that's worth having for sure, Wahoos. Colby Wooden. That is going to be Brian Robinson, Tanner McKee, and Skylar Thompson. K-State. And our final pack for Peter C. And all of his spots, too. So this is the final pack for Peter C. Oh, no, he's got 11 as well. So you got one more stack, Peter C. Oh, my goodness. That's a very good question, too, Yeezus. Yee. That's a very good question, too. I mean, there's a lot of these guys that really can jump in and have some huge impacts. I mean, Olave, we have 2 really big Saint fans in our chat here, and they keep telling me that the Saints are for real next year. So, very well could be him. Coming from Ohio State, going into a team like that. Some really, really good-looking players. So, I like him. I like the kid from USC. some good looking players. I mean, it's going to be a very very different, very different year next year. I think a lot of teams really solidified their spots in the power rankings. Not really many teams that were lower are moving up. Except maybe the Jets. The Jets are a really interesting team for me as well. So we'll see how it all works out. I'm pretty interested to see how this year goes. I think it's going to be an absolute firework of a year. I think it's going to be a really fun year in the NFL this year. Yee. All right, we got Deuce Vaughn. We got Dylan Gabriel. That's going to be Shao and Tawa. There you go. Peter C. Stack 8. There you go, Lundberg. Like I said, you are one of those Saints fans I was referring to, and I really do think there is some really, really big time, teams that have kind of solidified themselves. There's a couple outliers. I think the Saints, I think the Jets, are two of them for sure. I think an X Factor team is a team like the Niners. If they can figure out what the next step is, and if Trey Lance can come in, we'll see it. We'll see, man. It's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be a great year, dude. It's gonna be a great year in the NFL. Alrighty, so we are on to Stack 9, which is Jeff L. Stack 9, Jeff L. Chase Garbers, Mechie, Levis first, and Tyler Shao. Yeah, definitely don't sleep on Dallas either, but, I mean, they're a high-end team with an established quarterback. But one of those other X Factor teams that really could make a move is a team like Philly. What happens if Philly takes a step? So that's why I think this year is going to be a lot of fun for everybody. A lot of teams that really thought they were going to be kind of spinning their tires a little bit. I think Philly really could make a move, but Dallas is strong. You got great defense, and that offense still very good. Sean Clifford, Kenneth Walker, Tunga Vailoa, and Battle. Mechie, Peters, Kincaid, and DJU. Ritter, Garbers, Jarrett, and Leal. All right, so there you go, Jeff L. Moving on, Sean S. Let's see what we got. Sean S. That's going to be stack number 10. And Christian Watson, I think, is a really good pick, too. I'm very, very interested to see what happens, Yee. I can't wait for the season. Is it Labor Day yet? And so you gotta get to Labor Day. But that's the thing. That's the thing that's nice about summer is you'll blink your eyes. It'll be Memorial Day. Blink them again. It'll be a 4th of July. Blink them again. It'll be football season. So can't wait to see it, dude. Looking forward to it, man. All right, Chris Rodriguez, Brock Bowers first. That's going to be Tanner McKee and Skylar Thompson. Yeah, Lundberg, really shocking by Green Bay this year. Maybe they just don't think they need the help because they're so good, and the rest of the division just really didn't seem to get much better in the offseason anyway. Both Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit all still seem to be a step below them. So we'll see. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think this year is just going to be so much fun. And the NFC itself is going to be a much easier road than the AFC for sure. All right, awesome, Salty Dog. I will push that in a second. Let's get through this Bowman U. Casey Thompson, Malik Willis first. That's me, Josh Downs, and Zach Evans. Got like Malik Willis. Really, really fascinating there. Everyone was thinking, is he a top 10 pick or is he a third rounder? And he ended up being a third rounder. You just never know. You never know what those general managers are thinking. You don't really know where the professionals are ranking all these guys. And you finally do get to figure it out when the actual draft happens, and Malik Willis ends up going in the third round. Third quarterback taken, too, which is pretty surprising to me as well. Dyke, that's going to be DJU out of 50. Clemson Tiger, so very exciting there. Devin Lloyd and Jalen Watson. Bazelak. Spencer Rattler, Invicta. So another interesting guy. Both of the Oklahoma quarterbacks went to different USCs. So he went to University of South Carolina. And, what's his name? Went to University of Southern California. So very, very interesting stuff there as well. So you go. That one going out to Sean S. Next up, that's going to be Peter C. for stack 11. Your 4 packs for stack 11. Yeah, and it usually is. And this was an especially tough year to prognosticate, Lumberg. I mean, it was a really, really wacky draft. I mean, when you're going with a bunch of when you're going 3/4 of the first round, going 3/4 of the first round going to non-skill players. Everybody grades those guys differently. You just never know what it's going to be. I mean, almost all wide receivers for skill players in the first round. 1 quarterback, and that quarterback was 20-something. Just it was a crazy draft. You know, Sam Howell. I actually pulled Sam Howell mem out of big boxes earlier this year, back in the fall, and you know, watching the way the season progressed and getting up to the right before the draft, I was shocked seeing how low he was on lists. I mean, just goes to show you, not all drafts are created equal. All right, we got Brandon Peters, Kennedy Brooks. That's going to be another auto there. Mike Hartley and Toa Tawa. But there you go, Mike Hartley from the U. Yeah. Well, collective stupidity can be a thing too there, and that's one of the things that's funny about it is, like, they're all just taking a shot in the dark, but most years it's pretty easy, you know? It's pretty easy to tell who needs what and what guys are going to be targeted where this guy fills a need and blah, blah, blah. This year it was much more difficult, and it showed. Starkle, Malik Cunningham, Olave, and Bailey. Graham Mertz, CJ Stroud, and there we go, Karras Jackson first auto, and Freifogel. Yeah, and the horse races are only televised, to a super national crowd that's paying attention 3 times a year, Lumberg. Not in prime time. Not in prime time, like in one of the biggest events of the spring, you know. Tyler Goodson, Olave, McCarthy, and Sauce Gardner. So a very nice pack for you there, Peter C. Very nice stack for you, I should say. And our final stack here, going out to Jeff L. Stack number 12. Let's see what we got for you here. Been a bunch of different stuff. A lot of guys I actually haven't seen much of in these boxes so far. So let's see what else we have. Peyton Thorne, Jarrett, and Leo. A lot of guys that I saw a lot in the first couple boxes. Haven't really seen as much in this one. So that is just goes to show you never know what you're going to get out of sealed boxes. Cunningham, Reed, Olave, and Williams. So there you go. Out of 199. First Bowman in the wave. That is going to be 199. 85 of 199 for Chris Olave. That is going to be for the New Orleans Saints, a former Ohio State Buckeye. So that's a good get right there. Saints traded up to get their guy. They're loving him, so they're going to put 2 Ohio State running receivers next to each other, and I guess we'll see how that goes. It has the recipe for some magic to be made there. Peyton Thorne, Ford, Bryce Young, that's the name I was looking for before, and Dylan Gabriel. So Bryce Young, the name I was looking for before, he is now a USC Trojan, reunited with his coach from Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley. So let's see what we got. Our final pack, Malik Willis, Graham Mertz, that is going to be out of 75, and Hayner and Bijan Robinson. There you go, 75, first Bowman, Graham Mertz. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that break. Some great stuff out of that Bowman U. Some good autos, some good firsts. I hope you enjoy. I hope you all have a great night. We will see you next time. Take care.